Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel, Age Gap Gone Right. 17 years age difference and 32 years married. I'm Tyla.
And I'm Rob, and we just had an anniversary yesterday, and as you would guess, she forgot.
Wrong. That's one subject we'll talk about at another date though. Anyways, today's subject we're going to talk about is, would we do it all over again?
Oh, Lord.
I asked myself that question yesterday. Just kidding. Just kidding. No. Answer obviously is yes. We would do it all over again. I would, and I'm sure he would too. Otherwise, we wouldn't be doing this channel, right? So I don't know that we've ever been asked that question though. Would you do it all over again? I've never been asked that question. Have you?
No.
I've never asked anybody that question either, which is, it seems like an odd question, but we're going to talk about
I
it.
have asked people that.
Really?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah. When they get to bitching about their spouse, I didn't mean to cuss. Let me tell you up front, we don't edit these videos. When they get to complaining about their spouse, sometimes I'll say, "Would you do it all over again?"
Right. And a lot of people do complain about their spouses, or they'll talk about their fights or whatever issues they're having. That's another thing we don't do, and I'm kind of getting off subject here, but I don't air our dirty laundry no more than Rob does with friends, family, nothing. I definitely didn't take any of my problems to my mother or my father and tell them we were having an argument, whether it was whatever. Not, we really don't argue that much, but if we were having a disagreement, if we ever had money problems, I never went to them for any of that. Never.
That's
And
not
I
a
would
good
not do
idea.
that.
I mean, that's
Right.
really not a good idea to do that. You want to keep your business in your house. Don't take it anywhere else. I mean, that's if you want to be respectful to your spouse, don't go off, start complaining to somebody else about your spouse. That's bad business.
Because if you do, I can guarantee you that those people that you've complained to will always remember that. And then the next time they see you together, they're going to think, they were having an argument about this or whatever, or they had this happening. So keep your business to yourself.
And then what they do is when they retell the story to their friends and gossip and stuff, which they will, you know how that gets inflated.
Right.
You know,
Right.
where a little argument, disagreement turns into,
They won't go divorced.
I think they're on the verge of divorce. I told you it wouldn't work. See, he's too old for her.
Right.
And that ain't going to work. It doesn't work for anybody. That's what you would hear.
Right. So yeah, I mean, we would definitely do it over again. I mean, some of the things we were talking this morning about, some of the things we've learned from each other, for him being older and me being younger. Me being the younger one, I think some of the things that I've learned is probably how to relax a little bit more, because, you know, I was always working very, very hard, working all the time, trying to make the money that I could because I was single and had a child. And I was always, and still am, a hurry type of person. I already know what's happening on Monday next week, and I try to stop myself from doing that. And Rob's good at pushing me to do that stop. And he even has our youngest son doing the same thing, because I'll ask him, you know, what are you doing? What are you doing tomorrow night? I don't know. I'm still in today, or, you know. So they remind me of that. So he does remind me and encourage me to be more patient and not be in such a hurry.
It's a good idea to just kind of, this is kind of a meditation point, but keep your head where your feet is, or keep your mind where your feet are. And
Yeah.
but I will say, she has introduced me to some sitcoms that I have not seen in the past. Where they're pretty good.
Yeah.
See, so I young people don't bother me. Old people don't bother me. I like to talk. Look, I can learn from older people. These people that's 90, 95 years old,
Yes.
you can learn a ton from them. Just like the younger people, you know, you can be too arrogant to learn from younger people if you want to, but that's not going to get you anywhere. But the younger people, they're smart. It's a different kind of smart, and I mean, it amazes me how smart some of them are. And if you can help them with a little advice, if they ask you, I mean, the biggest compliment somebody can give you is if they ask you your advice about something. I mean,
And that goes both
I like
ways.
that.
From learning from older people and younger people, it goes both ways.
Plus I'm learning how to break dance too.
Break dance. That's it's out of date.
It is?
You're
Moonwalk. I learned how to
you're
moonwalk.
way out of date there. So,
Yeah.
anyways, but I think with our age difference, we help each other try new things or learn new things or enjoy other things. You know, like you mentioned sitcoms. I love sitcoms, old ones, new ones. I enjoy those because they're funny, and he hasn't seen a lot of them. So that's one thing. Now he likes war movies, and I despise them, and I will not watch them. That's one thing I
yeah,
have not learned from
yeah,
him because I'm not going to do that. But we do learn from each other, and keep trying to learn from each other. He pushes me to, like this YouTube channel, I would not have done it. I would not have done this channel. I'm not that type of person to be out in front of people speaking. It's just not in my wheelhouse, but I enjoy doing it, and hopefully you guys enjoy
And
watching
also,
it. So,
this is one thing I taught her, is she's a closet dancer, and I know that, although I've never seen her dance in her closet, but I know when the music's up, she'll dance. However, she said she didn't know how to slow dance. I did teach her how to slow
I
dance.
never had the opportunity.
Right. So it's not that complicated. But that, to me, yeah, slow dancing is where it's at. You know. Now I did teach my other kids how to jitterbug. My mom taught me and my brothers how to dance. She did. She was a dancer, and she taught us how to jitterbug, how to slow dance, and all this kind of stuff. And so she said she would never, but she did. It's fun. So.
Another thing we do is we don't worry about what people say about anything, whether it's what they think about our relationship, how we live, how our household is, what we do for fun. We don't worry about that, and we don't think anybody else should worry about what people think about them. I mean, I might not agree with what, my neighbor Joe's doing down the street or whatever, and how him and his wife, spend their time, what they do for fun, but that's none of my business, and so they shouldn't worry about what we think or anybody else thinks no more than we do what they think. In today's society, people get married and divorced so quickly. It's not a sacred thing anymore, because I think when people get married, they know they have an out. They know they can get divorced, and that's a bad thing. That's a very bad thing. So if any of my kids ever came to me and asked me, which they haven't and probably won't, but if they ever asked me if they were thinking about getting married and said, I just, what do you think? What do you think? My only advice to them would be, if you're not sure, you just answered your question, right?
And then, if you have not seen that person really, really want something and cannot get it, they want something that they cannot have. You've seen that, and you paid attention to their reaction. Because when a person cannot have something that they really, really want, their true character will come out. And that speaks volumes for a person's core beliefs. And just like one for us, we had this conversation before we ever got married. Infidelity. Now, a lot of people forgive that, and God bless them if they do. Us? No. I'm not going to do that. Now, I'm going to explain why I'm not going to do this. There's this old saying that says, love brought together by betrayal is best left alone. Now, just to get to the point of it, if I slip out on her, she slips out on me, and we decide to get back together. During those special moments that men and women have, in your mind, you're going to think, now, tell me if you don't.
Right, exactly.
I mean, really, if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. And if you think that people, if you could do that, well, good for you if you can make it work. I'm saying I cannot do it,
Yeah.
she cannot do it,
Right.
and that's just a place we won't go to. And so you can't be afraid to say that.
Right.
If that's one of your core beliefs, then say it by all means. I mean, if you're just getting close to a person and you think the relationship might develop, the last thing you want to do is take your core beliefs
Right.
and smooth over them. You don't want to do that. You need to say, this is what I won't do.
Right.
You know, I'll do anything I can for you, but I will not do this.
Right,
You
right.
you need to know that.
And you have to put that out there from the get-go. I mean, and there's many other things that you have to decide before you get married, and you just need to do that for sure. So
So will
again,
I do this again? Well, I don't know. I mean, she's a young woman. She's got a good job. She's got plenty of money. She's got a good spirit about her. She treats me like a king. I don't know. I would say yes. You know. I mean, if I wish I had 7 of them.
So yesterday
See?
was our anniversary, right? So this is how well we get along, and it's always been this way. Used to be we were always on vacation on our anniversary, and you know when you're on vacation you don't pay attention to the date. So we would be like halfway through the day I'd look at him and say, "Bye, happy anniversary, by the way." You know. So yesterday I knew our anniversary was coming up, and I told him I wanted to do this on video, but I didn't get a chance. But you know, I looked at him like 9 o'clock in the morning, and I said, "Hey, happy anniversary." And I could care. I could care if he remembers our anniversary no more than he could care. And it's not just because it's been 32 years. It was that way from the beginning. Yeah, I guess the first couple of years you're like it's a special day, but we celebrate this love that we have for each other every day. So Valentine's Day, anniversaries, it's a special day, but it's not that special. It's no more special than any other day that I have with him. So
Right. So I told her in order to make it up, what I would do is today I'm going to take her to the grocery store.
yeah, oh boy, I'm on vacation this week, so yeah.
I always go to the grocery
Yeah, he
store
does. He does. So
with
anyway,
her.
anyway,
She does the shopping, but I always go there.
he does. It's we would do it over again in a heartbeat. He's my special guy.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. We want to hear your comments. Would you do it all over again? Whether you've been married 2 years or 32 years. We want to know. Let us know your thoughts and give us a thumbs up. We want your comments for sure. And we'd love for you to subscribe. We'll see you next time. Bye.